回到無憂無慮嘅時光，
邊個有份筆？
天真無邪咁面對愛情方程式，人不知狂枉少年。
Welcome to another day of Shawtember here at HKB. I'm Shaz.
I'm Leon, and this is the channel where we go to Hong Kong and beyond.
Today we're having a look at 1982 film Teenage Dreamers, directed by Clifford Choi.
So this Leslie Cheung starer is a very early one in his career at Shaw Brothers. It may not be the Leslie Cheung that everybody knows and recognises from Better Tomorrow onwards, but it does give hints of what's to come. Now this is a drama, and I'd say it's quite an edgy drama actually, because it's set with a couple of romances, if you like, between schoolgirls and teachers. So I know what you're thinking, the same thing we did when we watched it. Oh, this is a bit unstable territory here, a bit dodgy ground. And it does feel that way a little bit, doesn't it? I feel like the girls in this are quite sexualised.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah?
Not quite sure how old they are, but I'd say mid-teenage years, which is about 15, 16, something
Possibly,
like that.
maybe the actresses were a bit older, I don't know. So, before you go into this one, check, what your mileage is when it comes to this type of film. For us, put it aside, it's a film, we watched it, we enjoyed it. The acting's rather good, drama's rather good. And, Leslie and Elaine Chow, I think it's Elaine Chow, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Who plays Ting Ting. It's very Romeo and Juliet, the story between them, which is funny because they do. Leslie Cheung's like a teacher that comes in to do a stage play, which is Romeo and Juliet within the film. And he invites her out to the cinema, I believe, and he's very enthusiastic in his relationship with her, and she's very loved up. And she's absolutely adoring the Leslie Cheung. And then what happens with teenagers? They become cold and distant and so
Don't
many
want to see her
problems in my
anymore.
life. I don't know, I can't cope with a relationship. You don't know what I've got going on. Bullshit, Leslie. He's a player. And there was another girl in this actually, the one with the tattoos on the shoulder. She was very good too. And she was even more precarious ground there. She was a hostess to earn some money. But she was, I liked her character because she was very generous with helping her friends out.
Yes, she was.
And, even using money to get them out of situations. And she falls for another teacher who turns out to be a bit of a sleazebag, really.
Yes.
So, yeah, I quite like this film. I think it was handled quite well considering the territory we go into.
Yeah, and it feels very teenage, doesn't it? You really feel the girls' angst and forlornment, if that's a word. And yeah, I thought it was quite realistic as to the trials and tribulations of being a teenage girl and having a crush on somebody.
So yes, a very different short pick for you again today, guys. And that's what we're recommending for today. Teenage Dreamers from 1982, starring a very suave, young, handsome Leslie Cheung. We will catch you tomorrow for another day of Shawtember.
我真係愛你㗎，有得玩啊好玩啊，唔玩係變笨蛋啊！
任意揮灑嘅青春歲月，酸中帶甜，檸檬可樂。